Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I like to promote the mind, body, and soul lifestyle, daily discipline in almost all my videos because it's helped me. It's helped me to become mentally strong, helped me become physically strong. It's helped me to become smarter. One of the things that I like to promote every once in a while is a spiritual connection. I think it's important just to have one. It doesn't matter what you really believe in. I don't care about whatever denomination of religion or any of that stuff, but I think it's important to be able to have a connection to a higher power. I don't really understand atheists. I mean, I was one for a while, but that changed. And it didn't change overnight. I didn't go from being a non-believing atheist saying, fuck God and fuck religion and all that shit to all of a sudden becoming a sheep in the flock, so to speak. It's not how it happened to me. There was a series of events over the course of a couple years that just shit kept happening. And I had no real explanation for it. And some of these experiences were pretty powerful. And at a certain point, I realized that there's something going on out here. There's something more than just this flesh and blood and this reality. There's something more. Something's going on. This is getting too many coincidences. This is just, I felt like the universe or something was trying to send me a message. I could go on for an hour about the various experiences that I've had. I'll just tell you one of them today. I was on my 30th birthday. I was living in Culver City in LA. And that's Midtown, Los Angeles, kind of a little bit, a little bit east of Venice Beach, kind of near Inglewood, sandwiched in between LA, Venice Beach, and Inglewood. But Culver City's its own city, and I was living down there. I just moved down there. And I got overwhelmed with a bunch of bad experiences that had happened to me recently. I had had a really hard life up until that point, and I was really just trying my best to maintain my sanity. But it felt like it was slipping away. I didn't really feel like I had a good foothold on the shores. I felt like I was slipping into the water, gonna drown. And that day it really overwhelmed me. I had just gotten back from a vacation, and when I got back, I was gone for a while, 6 weeks. And when I got back, the girl that I was dating had dumped me, and that hit me hard. I had ended up with a liver problem from my alcohol abuse, and the doctors told me that if I continue to drink, I'm gonna die. That the best case scenario is that I get a liver transplant, or maybe possibly, if I'm lucky, my liver would heal. But they were like, the party's over. And I wasn't just drinking because I was a partier, because I was just the cool guy or whatever, just trying to have fun. I was drinking heavily, a case of beer a day followed by a gallon of wine every day. I was drinking heavily to numb myself as medication. A bunch of things happened all at once, and I got overwhelmed. And I sat there on my birthday, just kind of had a nervous breakdown. I just kind of lost it. And I didn't really know what to do anymore. I didn't know if I should kill myself, and I'd never been suicidal before. I never even thought about that shit. And I don't believe in suicide, but I just felt like my life is useless. I'm useless. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a bad person. And it feels like I had never really been a good person. I felt like I was born in shit, born homeless to drug addict father and whatever, and I had just become shit. Apples don't fall far from the tree. And I just felt like, man, this life sucks. This fucking life sucks. And what am I gonna do? And I didn't have a plan. I didn't have goals. I didn't have hobbies. All I could do was just sit there and wallow in my misery. And for some reason, I picked up the Bible. Now, I've never been a churchgoer, never really vibed on that community, never really got off on pastors or priests or bishops or those people that get up there and preach from the Bible. I never really got off on them. But I opened up the Bible, a Bible that I stole from a hotel room, and just started reading at a random page. And I have it marked here, and I just wanted to read what I read on that day that I had my nervous breakdown. It really helped me. I got off on this. There's a lot of stuff in this book that's, to me, is just whatever, who cares? But I marked this, and I go back to it, and I read it every once in a while. And I always like it. So let me try to read it. These are tiny little letters, so I'm going to maybe stumble through some of this, but it's not too long. Just bear with me here. It's Luke, the book of Luke in the New Testament, number 15, so Luke 15. And it starts off, "Then drew near unto him all the publicans and sinners for to hear him. And the Pharisees and scribes murmured, saying, This man receiveth sinners and eateth with them." The Bible talks funny. "And he spake this parable unto them, saying," now this is Jesus talking, this is the red letters, "What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he loses one of them, doth not have 99 in the wilderness, and go after that which is lost until he find it? And when he hath found it, he layeth it on his shoulders rejoicing. And when he cometh home, he calleth together his friends and neighbors, saying unto them, Rejoice with me, for I have found my lost sheep. I say unto you, that likewise joy shall be in heaven under one sinner that repenteth, more than over 99 just persons which need no repentance." It goes on, but that's the section I like. And that's the whole "I once was lost and now I'm found" kind of shit that you hear from a lot of Christian songs and gospel songs. And I read that day, and that really hit me. I was just like, wow, maybe there's hope for me. Sure, I've been a piece of shit. I've robbed. I've hurt people. I've broken almost every commandment. Lived the life of a drug addict and had just been kind of a nasty person. Overly aggressive. I loved getting in fights. But there was hope for me. That even a piece of shit like me could still have a chance. So I left the house and I went for a walk because I was just feeling cooped up in the apartment and I just needed to stretch my legs, get some fresh air, and I wanted to think a little bit about on my walk. I took my dog, I just got this little puppy, and I took my little dog, this pit bull that I had, on a walk up Overland Avenue up towards, across the little LA River there, if you know LA, and there's on the other side of the LA River, when you're going up Overland, there's a library, or as they pronounce it in Culver City, library. So I went up to the library just because they had a book sale out front. And sometimes libraries will have book sales, and they sell off books for like a quarter. So if you're into buying books, it's always a good place to build your collection. And they had this little box full of pictures, like framed pictures and shit. I started flipping through them. I found one that cost $1, and I bought it. And it was this picture right here that I'm holding. And as you can see, it's a picture of Jesus holding his sheep. And there goes the 99 of them behind him, and that's the one that was lost. The same story that I just read you. And I was just like, man, someone's trying to send me a fucking message. there's something going on here. And I walked home with the picture, put it on my little nightstand at home, and it just gave me some hope. I could have killed myself that day. But instead, since then, that was, geez, I'm going to be 50 this year, so that was almost 20 years ago. Almost 20 years exactly. 19 years and 8 months. And it's been an amazing 19 years. I've really changed my life around. I've changed who I am. I mean, I've had to do work. It hasn't been easy. But I've come full circle. And a lot of it started my journey with motorcycle shop, with my success with the motorcycle industry, getting in a bunch of magazines and making enough money to buy myself a nice house with a pool and to have a bunch of vehicles and to travel and to be able to build relationships with my family, relationships that were kind of lost, to be able to educate myself. I went back and got a college degree. I always felt really stupid. I was the dumbest guy you ever knew. I was known for being stupid, not no more. I've traveled. I've done a lot of amazing things in this last 20 years. And none of it really would have happened if not for those two events where I stumbled upon that verse and then went for that walk. I bought that picture. That picture is important to me because I still have it. I don't read the Bible much anymore. I have it around. This is the same Bible that I stole. But I keep that picture on my little dresser. And I look at it every single day, just as a reminder that I was once lost and now I'm found, and it's really helped me. I'm glad I didn't kill myself. A lot of other people around me are glad too. So I just wanted to pass that on. I'm not trying to preach to anybody. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what your idea of faith is or of being spiritual is. But it's good to have some kind of connection to the spirit world, to the universe, to nature, to something, especially in our darkest days, in our loneliest times. Because sometimes your friends and your parents and your support groups, sometimes they're not thinking about you. Sometimes they're not going to save you. Sometimes they're busy. And at those moments, shit can get real risky. I've known a lot of people who've committed suicide. A couple of them just recently. And I only wish that they would have had the experience that I had. Not that I cared that they would become Christians or anything like I did, but that they could have had some sort of calling, some sort of intervention, something that would have happened to where they could have snapped out of that shit. But it didn't. Maybe they weren't looking for it. I was looking for it. I had my part in it. Life's about choice. I chose to pick up that Bible. I chose to steal the Bible. I didn't have to steal it. Stealing's wrong, right? But I took a step forward and a hand was reached out to me. That's why I think it's important when you're going through a mind, body, and soul lifestyle to have that third aspect, the soul, to cultivate that. To have some sort of connection with something. It just might save you. Thanks for watching.